Hi, hello, happy Saturday. Oh, it's not that clever today actually. Yesterday my son said, do you realise that the sides come off your scooter? You know, the bits that roll down for the weather. I said, no. So he proceeded then to unzip them and take them off. They were all velcroed on. Bit of a performance to get them off. And I said to him, you know what's going to happen now, don't you? And he said, what? I said, it's going to blooming rain. Yes, it's raining. Not the thunder and the lightning that they promised us, but it's raining. Yeah. So I'm going to have to take this off because it's a bit warm, but I thought I would show it to you. Very, very thick, very, very chunky. Much chunkier than I would normally wear. I'll show you the back. I was going to show you the edging, but I'll have to tip the camera down. Ooh. Ooh. That's the edging. You can see it. Now I'm going to have to take it off because it's too hot. It's too hot. It's too darn hot. Shouldn't complain, should we? We should not complain. Oh, hello again. For those of you who want to know what the pattern is, if you can still get it, I don't know. It's a Peyton's pattern, and it's PBN 0000 dash 032. Oh, that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? It's this Peyton's cargo. I presume it's chunky because it's on a 10mm hook. Yeah, that's the one. I've no doubt you can find a photocopy of it on Etsy because that's where they usually are, aren't they? What have we been doing today? Well, I started making one of the baskets that everybody makes. Only a little one. But it's a bit flopsy. I can't pull my tension tight enough, and it hurts my hands when I pull my tension tight enough. And also I think my wool isn't as chunky as it might be. But it's only to go on a little cabinet thing in my bedroom, just to put, you know, all the bits and the pieces that you finish up with, you know, your hair clips, your hair grips that finish up all over the place, and you don't want to put them away because you're going to wear them again tomorrow. Anyway, I'm doing it in some gorgeous yarn actually. It would be nice for something else, but I only had 2 balls. I bought it actually for a lady who wanted headbands and fleck. So I went to the Naked Sheep and bought 2 balls of each of 3 different colours, and then she said, oh, I don't like any of those colours. So I was stuck with 2 balls of each. Anyway, it's James C. Brett Masquerade Chunky. Lovely colours. But I just had the 2 balls, so I thought it might have took 2 balls to make a basket. It may have done if I'd have used it double or something with a bigger hook. But I'm not that good with a bigger hook. I really am not. Anyway, although it's a little bit flopsy, not quite as rigid as it's supposed to be, I'm going to carry on going with it. As I said, it's only to put my hair clips and grips and things in, you know, on my little cabinet in my bedroom, so it's not as if it's going to carry the world, is it? Well, you know, when I was showing you my yarn yesterday that I was going to do for the circular waistcoat, I showed you the wrong pattern. I looked at it and I thought, no, it doesn't look like the pattern. It doesn't. So what had fooled me was I had a picture on the front of something else. And so that's what had fooled me. But when I came to look at it, it's Van Drew Designs. That's the one I used. It's Van Drew, V-A-N, and then a capital D-R-U, Van Drew Designs, a woman's mandala vest. Any worsted yarn weight will do, a 5mm hook. Once again, I cannot remember if I had to pay for it or whether it came free. But I'd actually seen the one that Jen Cherry from Star Lily Creations had made. And at the time she hadn't done a pattern. She's subsequently done a pattern, but at the time she hadn't. So I was looking and looking and looking to find something similar, and that's when I found this. So I don't know where I got it from. A bamboo design. I don't think it's got any details on. Maybe it's on Ravelry, I don't know. No, it doesn't say anything at all. No. I know this is the one I've used because it's full of coffee stains. I must have dropped my coffee on it. So I know I've used it because of the stains. So I know I'm on the right one. Yeah. Anyway, what have I done so far? I'm actually quite liking it. When I come to look, I don't know why I thought that was purple. Whether it was the electric lights in the shop, I don't know, but I thought it was purple. But it's more of a wine colour. And what I thought was a bottle green is more of a dark emerald green. But even so, I still like it. I'm still enamoured by it. It's not what the other one's like, but I think next time I go in the shop, I'm going to say, can I take these to the daylight? Because a lady had put on my Facebook, she said, oh, it would be lovely in shades of purple. And I said to her, you're giving me an idea. And she said, oh, I'll be looking forward to seeing it if you do it in purple. So, depending on how this turns out and how many it's actually taken, because bear in mind I only bought one of each apart from the darker green, which I thought was a bottle green, but it's actually a dark emerald. Although it does look quite a dark green here. It's that colour that I thought was purple. It's actually a wine colour. It still looks nice, I think. Still nice. So I'll see what that turns out like, and hopefully before next Wednesday, because that's when I go past the naked sheep, hopefully I will know how many balls I need to. And I appear to have lost to me hook. But I'm sure I could feel it somewhere. I thought I could. I've got a habit of putting my hooks down. Now it's there. Gone to the bottom. It's a 5mm. That's what I'm doing this basket on. I started off on a bigger one. Actually, I started it off and it went a bit frilly. So I should have stopped. It went a bit frilly at the bottom. So it's like a little hat for a small person, isn't it? But it's quite tight, you know. I don't think I could go on a much smaller. I think what it is, I mean, the girls at the knit club have been making them. But they've been making them in a much thicker, sturdier yarn. Perhaps, you know, I've got a ball of this pink left that I've just done this very, very chunky jacket in. Perhaps that might be better to do it, to do a basket in that. Because I've got one bottle left and a tiddy little bit. So, could do that. And another reason why I knew it would rain was I did some washing, you know. And I thought, oh dear. So it's all in, on the airer, clothes airer, whatever you want to call it. We call it a maiden. Drying here in the conservatory. And my dresses are hanging on hangers, the ones I had on yesterday. The one I've got on today is another of my eBay specials. Found out again it's got huge splits up the side. But I've got an underskirt underneath and I'm not going anywhere, so I'm not bothered. But obviously I meant to stitch it up and didn't. But it's also, you know, about several inches too long, so I need to turn it up and I need to sew the side splits up before I go out in public. As I say, I'm not going anywhere. I mean, it's above the knee, the split. It's a little bit racy for anybody who's like my age, isn't it? You know what I mean? Your tissue. I've still got the runny eyes. I still haven't made the appointment yet for Specsavers. I can't wear makeup most of the time. I put it on, but you know, it's like drip, 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 drip. Oh, somebody's smoke alarm going right now. There. Be next door. They'll be cooking. I'm not saying anything about their cooking, but the smoke alarm does go quite a lot. I'm waiting for Amazon to arrive. Doggy's barking, it's not one of ours. Nothing exciting, just a battery for my... I've got a TENS unit that I discovered again when I was searching through some things, but of course the battery's duff. So I've got a new battery for that, hoping it still works when I put a new battery in. It wasn't working, but I presume it was because the battery was dead. And then I've also ordered some pain patches, you know, the heat patches that I'm going to stick on my back, because I'm, you know me, I don't like going on about things, but I'm having a bit of a rough time of it today. Hey, but pain means we're alive. Pain means we can still feel things. Yeah, I just need to get my eyes sorted out. I've got some more eye drops. Oh God, I sound like a hypochondriac today, don't I? I've got some more eye drops, but they're still running and dripping, you know. How can they call it dry eye when your eyes are drip, drip, dripping? Yeah. I still couldn't get me injections. I am fed up of seeing all these celebs saying, oh, I wish I'd have known omeprazole before. How much weight I've lost. Even Boris Johnson's supposed to have used it to lose weight. What chance do we diabetics get getting our normal meds? If they're paying it 50, I think it's about £50 a pop or something. I'm sorry, but I can't afford to pay £50 just to get me injection. All I got off the doctor was, well, you won't die without it. You know, just balance your diet better. Me? Balanced diet? Those two things don't occur in the same sentence. Balanced diet? What's that? Does that mean a sweet in each hand? Or a bar of chocolate in each hand? I can't say a glass of wine in each hand because I don't drink. Well, I do drink, but I don't drink, you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, tomorrow it's Father's Day in the UK. I know you probably have it on a different day in the US. Everything's different in the US. But, of course, I don't have my dad, so... My son and daughter-in-law have gone to a wedding, leaving the dogs. They're actually sleeping in the other room. So that's why it's all quiet on the Western Front. And they're going to call at his... Oh, smoke alarm's going again next door. Are you going to hear it? Off it goes again. Still, never mind. I presume it's the smoke alarm, or it could be somebody's car alarm. As long as it's not ours, I'm not worried. Yeah. Anyway, as I said, oh, stop it. My son is going to call at his dad's, you know, because it's Father's Day. But it won't be a very happy time, because I think I told you he's lost 2 of his grandsons. One of them actually made the Manchester Evening News, the one who's 18 that died with meningitis, because 3 students at Bury College, which they say are not linked, 3 students have died with what they call it, streptococci, so it's probably meningitis anyway. But there's no links, they say. Huh? Bit of a coincidence, isn't it? 3 students have died with it, and it's not. Oh, I wish somebody would stop that, whatever it is. It's very annoying. It's going beep, 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 beep. I hope you can't hear it. And I hope it's nothing to do with us. I'm sure it's not my son's car alarm. If it is his car alarm, I'm in trouble because he's away. So I'll just have to hope it stops eventually if it is his car alarm, which I don't think it is. It's annoying Rosie now. Carnival Day in Fleetwood today. You know, that'll be so exciting. I haven't been to one before, but I think somebody else went to one and it was a bit, you know. So, the Harmony and Health, the singing group I used to belong to. I don't go anymore, can't be bothered. You know, the one with the yellow t-shirts and the yellow, we won't go there. Anyway, I gave my t-shirt away to one of the girls who's on this float or whatever. They decorated it up. They've all got umbrellas in yellow with ribbons and yeah, so there was no way. Somebody said to me, oh, if you'd have been going on your scooter, they'd have been decorating that up in yellow. I went, no, they wouldn't. No. It's not my favourite colour. It's like a chucky egg yellow, you know, it's like that yellow. Anyway, I gave away the zipper thing, gave that away, and I gave away the polo shirt, gave it away. There is no way I would be wearing that yellow. No. I've got a yellow cardigan, but it's not quite as acid, you know, as that other one was. Well, the noise has stopped, so whoever it was, it stopped. Yeah. Well, I could have shown you the bottom of my cardigan. Well, it's off me, couldn't I? Oh, I'm just so not with it. It's very thick. Don't know whether it'll ever get worn. It's very thick. That's the bottom of it. Needs blocking. Wet blocking, damp blocking, whatever you want to call it. But it's so thick. It's so heavy. I mean, there's only 700 grams in it. So I suppose it is quite heavy, isn't it? 700 grams is quite heavy, yeah. No doubt in the winter I should be happily wearing it over a black dress or something like that. You know, to make it zing. I wear a lot of black, but I don't like wearing black with black, if you know what I'm saying. You know, I don't like wearing a black cardigan with a black dress, because it looks a little funereal, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, anyway, back to Alfie that passed away at 18. Somebody had asked me, was he not injected? He was vaccinated against it. Because somebody had said, was he not vaccinated? They couldn't understand why he died from it. He was fully vaccinated. So it just shows you, you know, some strains, they get past. And I've had yet another letter. You need to come in for your COVID jab. And I'm like, oh no, I don't. It's voluntary, yes. And I'm voluntary, not going to come. I'll go for my flu jab. But I don't want another COVID jab. I'll take my chances. Yeah. So I've not got a lot to do today because I'm just going to sit and crochet for the rest of the day and wait for the Amazon man to come. As I said, he's only bringing me batteries and heat pads. What else is he bringing me? Oh, some wax melts. Yeah, wax melts so I can smell nice. Well, not me personally, but you know what I mean. So it'll smell nice. I'll have some wax melts. And I do hope they smell nice. I bought some once before when I lived in Prestwich and oh my god, they were horrible. Yeah, they're just... I even put them in the porch in a bag and ready to throw away, and somebody come and went, oh god, what's that awful smell? Would you believe it's wax melts? And they said, oh, have you been burning them? I went, nope, they're in the bag over there. Anyway, they made my bin smell super fresh that week. Yeah. I hope the bin men appreciated them when they got churned up. I hope they made the whole bin wagon smell lovely. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know what else I can say to you, really. Yeah. I've been watching Crochet Rocks doing her walks about town and stuff like that. I keep saying I'm going to do one here, but my scooter squeaks so badly that I'd have to stop. And then that wouldn't be very interesting, would it? Because it would just be like a load of concrete and sea. Nothing very interesting. I suppose if I went all the way up to Fleetwood itself, maybe there might be something a bit more interesting. And if I went to Affinity, it would be more interesting because they've got some, just a small few yachts in the yacht basin there. So that might be more interesting, but you know, where I am is not interesting at all. And I'm sure you wouldn't want to hear me battling against the wind because I don't have a wind buff. I did buy a separate microphone for this camera, but I don't know where it went because I bought it before I moved. I don't know where it went. And in any case, when I tried it, people kept saying they couldn't hear me, so I don't know what happened. I didn't have it plugged in right or something. So if I go on the seafront, all you'll hear is, you'll hear the sea, you'll hear the wind in my mic, and the squeaking of my scooter. So I'll be trying my best, because it's, I don't know where the mic is on the camera, because obviously the camera will be facing the opposite way, because it'll be filming what I'm filming, won't it? But I don't know where the mic is, where I'm speaking into it, so unless I have the camera up by my mouth. You may not hear me at all, but you may hear the wonderful squeaking. When they come to bring me 2 new tyres, I must remind him to come with something to sort out squeaking. Because I think I told you he noticed it himself when he had to drive it back from a friend, you know, the tyre blew. And he went, oh my goodness, he said, you didn't tell me about the squeaking. I said, well, after the last time I moaned and groaned and moaned and made you take the scooter back again, I said, I didn't dare tell you about the squeaking. Oh, there goes the seagulls. Noisy things they are. I do miss my little birdie noises that I used to have. Instead of which I get noisy seagulls. When you first move to a place by the seaside, or when you're here on a holiday, you think, oh, how lovely. Seagulls, they remind you of the seaside, and you enjoy it in your week or your 2-week holiday. But when you've lived here for 2.5 years, it's like, oh, it's a blooming seagull, we should shut up. Sometimes they sound like babies crying, sometimes they sound like cats meowing. They're so noisy. And then they have squabbles and they have fights and they zoom at you. You know, I'm glad I've got a top on my scooter because one nearly, well, it would have took my head off of it. It zoom. They're not a bit scared of people, you know what I mean? They're just whatever. And on dustbin day, you know, bin day, trash day, they've learned how to open the lid. Yeah, on the bin. And they're having a good old rummage. And if they don't like anything there, they get the plastic bag and they'll throw it on the road. And then when they've thrown it on the road, they then proceed to rip it open to see if there's anything in to eat, you know. So if you don't watch them, there's like trash up and down the street, and then the bin men just, what's going on here? Not taking that, it's all over the road, yeah. So you have to keep going, you know, keep your eye on it, go out with the shovel and the brush and keep putting it back in the bin and they'll live back down again. You need a brick, actually, stone, getting stone top of it, yeah. So, well, there's nobody in to interrupt me today. My daughter-in-law said, oh, sorry, didn't know you. They always, it doesn't matter when I start to make a video, either the dogs come in or they come in. I cannot make, and then they say, we'll make a video in the conservatory. I'm like, I try. Every time I try to make a video in the conservatory, somebody decides they want to walk through it. On the way to the garden, on the way out, yeah. Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go now and do a bit more on this vest stroke waistcoat, whatever you want to call it. I call it a waistcoat. Circular waistcoat is what I call it. But I know in the US you always want to call it a vest. A vest to me is something you put on in the winter as an extra layer underneath your clothes. It's your vest, yeah. I don't know what you call them. Camisole or whatever. But when we was kids, we always had our vest. You always had your vest on. Never cast a clout till May is out, you know what I mean? It was always your vest. And Liberty bodies, if you're in the UK, you know what I'm talking about. A Liberty bodies. It was like a fleecy thing with buttons up the front. an extra layer for the winter. Wasn't your vest, it was as well as your vest. And you had to be buttoned into your Liberty bodies. Well, over here we're having kind of like a heat wave, and a lot of the kids at school are complaining because school uniform is making them wear the blazer. I don't know whether you know what a blazer is in the US. It's like a jacket, you know, they have with an embroidered pocket with the name of the school on it. Like a short jacket, and they're made out of, well, ours were made out of wool, but at least now they're made out of polyester. But the boys are not allowed to wear shorts, even in the hot weather, you know. So a couple of the boys have been in the newspaper lately because they've actually gone into school wearing a skirt. Because they say they can wear skirts for the girls. And they're saying, aha, equal, equal, equal. Why can we not wear the skirts? Yeah. So I don't know quite what's going to happen, whether they're going to get pulled for it because it's not school uniform. But they've actually gone to school wearing a skirt. Good on them. They can't wear shorts, wear a skirt. I know it happened once before, many, many years ago. I remember reading about it, that this couple of 2 or 3 lads had decided to flout convention and go to school wearing a short skirt. I mean, some of the skirts these girls wear at school, honestly, it's like a pelmet, you know, like a wide belt. Much smaller than the miniskirts that we used to get shouted out for in the 60s. You know, my dad used to be saying, oh, have you got a skirt on and have you got a belt? You're showing all your next week's washing. You know, pull it down, you're not going out in that. But looking back, they were quite long compared with the pelmets the girls wear now. I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind if they've got a nice little figure. We've been on to this before. But when they've got thunder thighs, you know, a miniskirt is not a good look, is it, you know? And there's a lot of girls with thunder thighs around here. Hey, dear. Maybe that's where all my injections have gone. On the girls with the thunder thighs, yeah. Yeah. Maybe the celebs been taking it so they're not chunky anymore. Just watch your diet. A more balanced diet. I'm like, no. My balanced diet includes sweeties now and again. It includes biscuits now and again. Although I've had a salad sandwich, but I probably shouldn't have had white bread because they make you have that horrible bit bread. I don't like bread with bits in. Oatmeal breads or malted bread. Marks and Spencer's, why do you have to put all your sandwiches on malted bread? Because it ruins the taste of whatever is the filling. All you can taste is the malted bread. You can't tell if it's salmon, tuna or cheese or what it is because you've got this awful malted bread. And I keep meaning to write and say, why do you have to put everything on malted bread? I think they have one choice of white bread, and I think it's like cheese or cheese and onion or something boring. But all of the speciality sandwiches, you know, all the fancy sandwiches are malted bread. I mean, if they put it on oatmeal or anything, oh, here we go again. If they put it on oatmeal bread or wholemeal bread, why malted? The mind. Anyway, I'm going to go and I'll see you all later on the live tonight, 9 o'clock tonight, UK time. Bye for now.